Who did you steal the drugs from?
I don't know where the shit came from.
Let's try that again.
Wait.
In order to make the streets safe, we had to get just as dirty as those animals.
Wait.
What's next? Cut up our game. It's the only way to get to the top.
Welcome back, Top Notch Gang, to another video, and you can see what we talking about in this one. From the title, the thumbnail, and the intro, Don Carter is on that bullshit. He's really about to come alive in the second half of the season. Like I told you guys about, I made multiple videos talking about his dirty cop tactics, how he was going to be involved, but now we got new exclusive scenes and trailers that we got to break down, talking about how he's just about to completely destroy the Tejeda family. Of course, putting Drew in jail. He threatened to kill Diana, who is pregnant. He got her going, catch bodies. She's gonna get her first kill in these upcoming episodes. Has full control over Monet and Tariq. So we're gonna go ahead and break down everything that's gonna take place, how it all goes down, and other predictions I have, like the death of Kamal Tate that brings back Rashad Tate, him using Drew while in jail. He's gonna help him out. I think Drew is eventually gonna start working for him, and then just how Don Carter will really be the final villain for all these characters as the Power Book 2 Ghost comes to an end. He is the last obstacle. As usual, you guys can leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know what other videos you want to see. Season does pick back up this week, but let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, for starters, I want to read the description that talks about the entirety of part 2 for Power Book 2 Ghost, and I want you to keep it in mind as I break down all these exclusive scenes and everything we're gonna see. So it says part 1 of Power Book 2 Ghost uncovered unanswered high stakes questions. Part 2 of the final season will showcase the adage like father like son. Tariq finds himself in an eerily similar situation, just like his late father Ghost, stuck between a rock and a hard place with the choice to leave the game or take over. Entrapped by Detective Carter, the Tejeda family realizes their safety is not guaranteed. Monet fiercely fights for her family to become whole again, but is it too late? Now, once again, keep that in mind as we break down all these scenes that we got, mainly for Diana, Monet, Tariq, and Drew. So quickly, let's run through Don Carter's backstory once again, because we got to see how he came to this point. So we learn about him immediately at the end of episode 1 of this season. We see him in a church, in the confessions box, talking about his wife, how he's mad, angry, wants revenge.
Denise was not lost. She was murdered.
She might have went back to work too soon, talking about basically all these criminals are gonna pay. And at the end of that, we saw him talk to Paz Valdez, and she tells him she believed Tariq killed her son Junior. Now with this, he promises he's gonna bring Tariq and all of them down. We then learn after his conversation with Tariq from Davis that his wife was killed while working at a hospital when these criminals was trying to finish off a guy on a gurney.
You know if this NYPD detective somebody to worry about?
From what I looked up, I think you might. Wife was killed. Gunned down outside the ER where she worked. This narcotics task force, and since then he's been going hard on every drug-related motherfucker in New York.
She got hit in the process, and this what made him crash out. Now, nigga didn't know he was a dirty cop until mid-season finale. Now, I always said I felt like it was coming, but mid-season finale, we really got to see how unhinged he was. We finally saw him in his own home, talking to his dead wife, asking her questions as if she was there, saying, do you know what pills that or something, telling her he's gonna see her later. And I'm like, okay, he's out of his mind, he's losing it. But then he catches Drew and Monet in the act of stealing product, getting kills and all this shit, and he decides not to bring them to jail. He says he wants to keep them on the streets. He said he's doing this to protect civilians. They're gonna give him a cut of the money, he's not gonna bring them in. It's a win-win. But we see now in the second half of the season, he's gonna take it even further than that. And we see this immediately in the new clips and exclusive scenes, because we see him at the Tejada house asking Monet specifically about the product that they just stole.
Who did you steal the drugs from?
I don't know where the shit came from.
Asking her whose was it, who were they taking it from, and she's pretending she doesn't know, even though she knows it was Drew's route for Noma. And he says, okay, let's do this another way, and pulls out his gun and points it directly at Diana.
Let's try that again.
Wait.
Who once again is pregnant. So obviously in this situation, Monet is gonna give up the information about it was Noma's product, whatever. She has to protect her family. And this brings us back to the episode 6, 7, 8 description. 6 specifically talking about Diana stepping further into the game or risking her family's safety. This has to do with Don Carter. Now, as we can see, we all saw the other clip where we see Don Carter has not only Monet but Diana and Tariq at gunpoint as well. He's gonna force her to get back in the game to do all these deeds, and she has no way around it. We're gonna talk about this more when we make the video on Tariq and Diana specifically, but there's an exclusive scene where she says she wants to be completely done with all this, and Tariq tells her that's basically not possible.
I just want a normal life.
It's impossible for us. All right, you about to be the mother of my kid. We got to do this the right way.
With you two as parents, your baby's screwed. That child is hope.
I'll be here. I'm not going nowhere. We take care of you.
Like I said, we're gonna make a whole separate video on Tariq and Diana's, their relationship. Look like they're gonna get back together. Also talk about Effie hate ass. But to get back to Don Carter specifically, he's gonna be sending Diana on missions, it looks like. And we see in this trailer with her and Tariq, we see Diana with the gun pointed at someone. We kind of suspect it's gonna match up with the scene of her using the weighted plate to kill someone. We still don't know who her first kill is gonna be, but basically this is what episode 6 was referencing. Like I said, her risking her family's safety. She has to be in the game or this is wraps for them. Also, this could lead into episode 7 where it talks about tragedy striking the Tejada family and Tariq. We have to see how that plays out. A lot of us believe that this was gonna have a big part to do with Diana and or the baby. We still have to wait and see for that, but we do get another sneak peek of Diana, and it looks like the aftermath of whatever mission she went on. We kind of see her face a little bruised up, and we hear Tariq apologizing for not being there for her and saying he's gonna be there for her now.
I'm sorry I haven't been there for you. I'm here for you now.
Obviously, we can match this up and say it's after, because when he had them at gunpoint, Tariq is wearing these exact same clothes, same with Diana wearing the all black fit, and her face wasn't bruised up then. So we know this mission, she's gonna get out alive, but she's gonna take a few bumps and bruises, and Tariq is really gonna have to lock in. So maybe the baby doesn't die, or maybe nothing happened to the baby and they escape this situation, but we're gonna have to continue to wait to see how it plays out. Like I said, a lot is gonna be on the table now that Don Carter is overutilizing his power. Like I said, he's becoming like the main villain, the last villain for the entire show. And keep in mind the description I showed you guys earlier talking about Tariq being in a similar situation as Ghost. I pointed out in a prior video that episode 7 is called I Can't Fix This, and this is referencing an episode way back in season 4, You Can't Fix This, where Raina just died. And if you look at the descriptions that talk about Tommy and Ghost trying to get revenge, retaliate for Raina's loss, the same thing for I Can't Fix That talk about Tejedas and Tariq trying to do the exact same thing. So a lot of people believe this connects back to possibly Don Carter and to Tariq being in a situation to possibly lose his family once again. That's not confirmed. That's a theory and connection that I have found that I put out there. We'll see how it goes, but that's pretty much it for Diana currently. We're gonna go more in detail about her and Tariq's relationship in the next video. Now we get into the Drew side of things. Now it's already been confirmed he's going to jail. I put out a video over a month ago when photos of him in prison got leaked, and it's been all types of theories of what led to this. But as we get more and more exclusive scenes and pictures, I think we could piece it together. Now we do know episode 7 talks about Drew having to take out a threat to Carter's organization. Now a lot of us believe this threat is gonna be Kamal Tate. We seen he came back in the mix early on this season. They had questions to him about Tariq St. Patrick, and he said he wanted to finish what he started, so he jumped in on their investigation. Now with this happening and Carter turning out to be dirty, they're working against one another, and if Kamal starts to uncover and see the shit that Detective Carter is doing, he's gonna have to get him out the way. So a lot of us believe that Kamal Tate is gonna die, and it will make sense that's why they bring Rashad Tate back, because his brother died. And with him dying and Rashad Tate being a councilman, someone is gonna have to take the fall, and everyone thinking it's gonna be Drew. Now there are a bunch of clues and details that point towards this, like I said, the episode 7 description, as well as we see in these new exclusive scenes, Detective Don Carter shoots a gun after just killing someone and then places it in another person's hand. Now we don't know if that's true or whatever happened, but it seems like he possibly took someone out and he's trying to pin the murder on someone else. Now we don't know if it's Drew, the person he put the gun in his hand, but he's at the very least framing someone for a murder. A lot of people think, once again, this is Kamal Tate. Actually, I think what makes more sense is he's shooting Kamal Tate's gun to make it seem like he fired back or got in some sort of shootout, make it seem like shit went down, that he didn't just get murdered in cold blood, that there was after a suspect or something, and they take him out and they try to cover it up, but Rashad Tate probably don't let it go. Drew takes the fall, he's in jail. We can see him getting in prison brawls and riots and all type of shit. Now the interesting part about this that we're gonna have to wait and see is the character synopsis for Drew coming into the entire season. Way at the beginning talked about him forming an unlikely alliance with someone, and as the season continued, I thought this person was gonna be Don Carter, because they talked about getting the power he couldn't get within his family. We know Kane kicked him out the business, he's not working with Noma, he's not really seeing eye to eye with Monet, so I thought this would be Carter. Now we do see he's gonna be in jail, and it looks like the white nigga that works with Carter is gonna be having one-on-one conversations with Drew. Maybe that's where he's gonna get this power from, but I don't think he's gonna be in jail for long. We're gonna have to wait and see how true all of this is, but I do think he will be the one to take the fall. He has a stranglehold control over Monet and Tariq. He's forcing Diana back in the game. By the end of the season, the Tejedas are just gonna collapse. Overall, that's it for this video. You can leave your thoughts and opinions down below as usual. Tell me how you feel about Carter's plan, what he's doing, forcing Diana back in the game. Do you think something happened to her baby? How do you think they get out this situation? I think Tariq gonna have to kill that nigga. This is really the only way. He gonna have to get rid of him, Tell me how you feel about Drew going to jail, if you believe it's for the Kamal Tate murder, if it's for something else, if he gets out. Just let me know all your thoughts, opinion down below. It's kind of funny, it keeps saying the Tejada family, but Kane really has no involvement in this. Based off what we've seen so far, we're gonna see if he gets thrown into the loop. Carter, he's like the main villain, the final villain I should say, for these cast of characters, with this being the last and final season, the last obstacle that they have to overcome. We're gonna see how they do it. As usual, you guys can leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.